Coming into the finish in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2025. Now we have our Danish team, Row for Change, storming into the finish, taking on the headwinds in the harbour like it's nothing. Screams! No, not quite yet, not quite yet. No, keep rowing! Simon thought he'd finished. He thought he'd heard, you've done it. But what he heard was keep rowing. Not quite there yet. Row for Change. Simon and Zax coming in for Denmark in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2025. Flags, supporters up on the fort behind them. They started as a trio. They're rowing in as a pair, giving everything they've got to get across the finish. Very warm welcome to all of you watching. Send in your messages of support. I'm Charlotte, live from English Harbour, and this is Row for Change as they come across the finish line in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2025. They have had the ultimate of adventures. And now they've finally done it. They can drop the oars. Big hug between the two. Yes. Absolutely incredible as they pulled the oars into the finish. It was the final chapter of an extraordinary crossing for these two. Oh, big emotion from Simon there. It's his second time rowing across the Atlantic. Row for Change left La Gomera as a trio, carrying a powerful mission around mental health, and they arrive here today having faced everything the ocean could throw at them. Smiles as we met them out on the ocean. Smiles now and tears for the finish. Very strong early progress from the team. Steady morale through the violent squalls, the lightning, the long nights of exhilaration in the beginning. Exhaustion taking the team. And then a mid-ocean medical evacuation that changed the shape of the race entirely for Row for Change. What began as a 3 became a 2, and still Simon and Zax chose to keep going. This is resilience. Resilience in motion and teamwork under pressure. The Danish flag flying high on Fort Berkeley. It's a total reminder that the toughest journeys aren't just about distance, they're about how you respond when plans unravel. Really, really phenomenal performance there. 24th team to arrive, Row for Change, flew into the finish line in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2025. Big boat of usually for 4 men or 5. But 2 carried it across the Atlantic in 43 days, 3,000 miles from the Canaries to the Caribbean. They left on the 14th of December and they arrived to celebrate today, the 26th of January.
Yeah, Dragon! Yeah! Not down there! Come aboard! Yeah! Yeah!
Absolutely amazing. Row for Change, rowing in for Denmark, started as a trio, finished as a pair in the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2025. 43 days, 3,000 miles of ocean rowing for Simon and Sax. Kenny was also a part of the team at the beginning. As part of race's safety and support response, their teammate Kenny was medically evacuated a week into the challenge. Thanks to strong communications and safety protocols, he was safely transferred to be cared for ashore. And we're happy to announce he's right here in Antigua now to welcome the team when they step on to land. Row for Change in the World's Toughest Row, Atlantic 2025, have arrived, and they completed their challenge in 43 days, 3,000 miles or 4,800 kilometers across the Atlantic Ocean. Stick around, we're going to head into shore, we're going to meet them as they row themselves in the final little stretch to land. We're going to put up a holding screen and we'll see you again shortly. Thanks for watching so far. Hello and welcome back for the arrival of
And Sax.
Row for Change. Simon and Sax coming in for Denmark.
It's Simon's second ocean crossing, so now a double ocean rower.
24th
Let's
team.
see whether we can, Simon has suggested he has done it before, let's see whether we can make a perfect landing here together. It is an I-45, it's a long boat, not a lot of space, but Simon, I have faith in you. He's smiling, I mean that means that he will be able to make a perfect landing here at the dockyard. Once again, let's give it up for Row for Change!
A phenomenal row from the boys.
Well done, Simon and Seth, and it's so good to see you. You had headwind all the way to the finish line.
"43 days, over a month of non-stop rowing. No engine, no support boat, no sail. Just these two on this huge boat. Eating, sleeping, rowing, repeating. Dealing with all the onboard chores that need to be done to keep it systems working."
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way Row for Change! Come on, come on, come on! What a journey! As I mentioned, 3,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. And now, the beautiful flag here, handed over by a fellow Dane.
Simon previously
hold this corner,
rowed the
this corner.
Atlantic and openly shared
Row for
reality.
Change, representing Denmark! Simon, come on! Lots
to the
of
left
red
of
and
the
white
screen
here.
previously rode the
So,
Atlantic.
ladies and gentlemen, would
Had
we like to
extreme
see Simon and
seasickness.
Zach step on land? I think there's some very, very happy people behind me here, so time to step on land.
I
Do it
was
together
quite
or
surprised to
one by
see
one?
him coming back in for a second
Together.
inning.
That's the spirit. Welcome to
And they're on land.
Family, come.
It will feel quite wobbly. Big family hugs. Lots of tears.
Lots of hugs. It's been a long time on the ocean, Christmas and New Year's, now back with loved ones. For those following the race, Team Row for Change started as a trio, but for medical reasons, Kenny, he had to be rescued December 21st. But Kenny, he is here, which I'm really happy about, standing over here. So it's been a trio all the way, despite it was Sax and Simon rowing into Antigua, it's been a trio all the way. Here we see Sax and Kenny together again. Simon and Kenny here.
Sådan, vi gjorde det sgu. Få de danbrug omkring halsen. Ikke? Simon stiller dig tæt på Simon, det er fandme ikke let. Bare stille tæt sammen, ikke? Ja, for fanden, mand.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we have just witnessed here on a Monday morning, the second arrival in Team Row for Change, who started their journey in Lagomera last year, December 14th. Now they're here, safe and sound, after 43 days, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Fellow Ocean Row, Kivinia here, finish officer, handing out certificates of achievement and gift bags with the I Road Atlantic t-shirt in. Give it up for Simon and Zach's Row for Change! What a journey. As I mentioned, you started as a trio. Kenny's here. It's, for me, when I saw Kenny this morning, very emotional, because obviously the whole campaign, all the plans were for you to row in as a trio here, but for medical reasons and the right reasons, it was definitely the right call. Kenny was taken off the boat December 21st. Take us back, Simon, to December 21st and all the thoughts you guys had to, and the decisions. An RX 45, it's a long boat. First time in history that it's been rowed over by two. So take us back to December 21st.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It was an easy decision. We have to do it. We are supporting children and young people with mental health. So if we quit, we showed them that it's okay to quit. So we had to do it to prove that you can do more as a human than you think you can do. So, but it was a hard decision. But so we looked in each other's eyes and said we have to do it. Yeah.
And you had to do it, and here you are, Sax. Anything to add to that? And how was it to see Kenny today? Obviously, family as well.
It was amazing. You know, it's been a long journey and a lot of hard weather as well. Not so much sleep, but we did it. We stuck to each other and made it through.
Make it through, and now you're here after 43 days. There are some special moments out there. Simon, you have mentioned it not only on this crossing, also on your first crossing. Second crossing by Simon here, by the way. A big hand for that. Double ocean rower on the Atlantic. I'll ask in a bit about the Pacific. I'm looking at the family. But there's some special moments out there. The night skies.
Yeah, the night skies is amazing. We tried so many times to capture it on our iPhones, we couldn't. And I think it's one of the special things being an ocean rower. You're like mentally burned with that, so it's just amazing, the night skies. But the sunrise is also special.
Lots of moments out there where you can send some content back, but it can't really show what you guys are seeing. You need to row an ocean to see it. Now you have done the crossing in an RX 45, a big boat handled by two people since December 21st. Future. What does the future bring any new adventures?
Not for me, not on the seas. It must be ultra running for me as well.
Ultra running, that's cool as well. I have to ask you, Simon, because the last time I asked you, I think it was a big no.
I clearly remember it. I said, my son, Alpha, he said he wants to do it with me sometimes. So, and I promised him I would do it with him. But yeah, but
that promise still stands.
It still stands, but I need a couple of years off. So yeah.
The promise still stands. You heard it all here at the dockyard. There might be another Danish team out in the future with a father and a son. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Row for Change, who did that crossing in 43 days, 1 hour and 35 minutes. And let's give them a hip hip hooray, and let's get the Monday started. Simon and Sax, Row for Change. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Well done, guys. Now over to an interview with Charlotte on YouTube. Then we weigh you, take after photos, and then it's all about food and more time with your lovely family and friends here behind you, who have been waiting all morning here in excitement. But what an arrival. Over to Charlotte.
Hi guys. I'll come up and join you. That was quite the row in. You gave it everything. You were speeding along. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was quite something to have an evacuation a week in.
Yeah.
We had a little signal dip here, so I'm not sure if the audience heard your interview there on the podium. But what was it like, and how did it change your journey emotionally and mentally?
We practiced 2 years with a specific goal, to do the best row we possibly could, and we would like to take the world record. So it was obviously a hard stroke when Kenny had to be evacuated. But we also knew that if we could row an RX-45 across the Atlantic, it would be a so much monumentally big victory than getting the world record. Because, I mean, it's never been done before, and I wouldn't recommend anyone to do it.
Not at all.
Not at all. So it's
In an RX-45 or just in any boat?
No, 2 people in an RX-45, don't do it. It is so hard.
But you were literally flying in there when we found you out at sea. You were coming in so fast.
Yeah, we just wanted to get in. We wanted to get in. Yeah.
And so how did it change your schedule? Because obviously going from bear with me a second, just switching hands. How did, you started out with a schedule for 3 and then you had to go to a schedule for 2.
I can explain it. The first week we rode 2 hours on, 2 hours off. We shifted between each other. After 1 week, we started to row 16 hours a day.
Wow.
And then go into night shift.
Individually, so 1 up, 1 sleeping?
No, we rode together from 11 to 7 another night, with 2 people up, and then 1 people on during the night.
Yeah. So through the night, it was always 1 person on the deck.
Yeah.
And that's hard, to manage through the hard weather.
How were the nights? How did you deal with those nights mentally?
I mean, when the weather was okay, but when we had bad weather, I mean, I remember one day Sax was on the deck and he was just shouting at me, and I was just running out in my boxer shorts and my belt, and it was in this massive weather system, and it was, I mean, it was lightning and thunder, and it was crazy. So, and we were out there 20 minutes, and we could just laugh at it, because Sax was more wet under his rain clothes, and I was just sitting in my undies, and I mean, it was just, yeah.
Laugh or cry?
Laugh or cry, yeah, exactly.
So you guys are rowing for the Danish Mental Health Foundation.
Yeah.
What message do you hope that this journey sends to people that are suffering with mental health issues and to young people as well?
Even if there's bumps on the road, even if the journey seems hard in the future, there's still hope if you manage, to stick together and believe in it.
That's lovely, yeah. What's the first thing you're looking forward to now that you're on land?
I see you stand there with 2 Cokes.
A little bit of sugar, bring the sugar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Barry.
And then tell us, you've got lots of followers, friends, people back home watching. Who deserves the biggest thank yous back home?
I mean, I was thinking about it when we rode in, and I mean, there's so many people from the north to the south to the east to the west of Denmark, sponsors, even people who have stopped and talked to us for 2 minutes or 5 minutes when we have done our practice rows. I mean, everybody's a part of Row for Change. So, but yeah, a lot of people, so many people.
Especially our sponsors.
Especially our sponsors and our families who have been so patient for so many years.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. You can enjoy all the Antigua has to offer now. Feet on dry land.
Yeah.
Thank you. Kom med her, dreng. Uden at falde. Vi laver lige after photos and then to... Okay. First weighing.
Row for Change.
We also take a photo.
Walking on to the scales for their way in, and then into the arms of their loved ones now that they are here. Team driven by honesty, resilience and purpose. Started as a trio, completed as a pair in a rather big boat.
That's good.
Vil I have et billede af jer?
And there's the boat, the size of
Bare lidt, hun gør det igen.
I mean, it still looks very small, if you ask me, in terms of sleeping, eating, and doing all the work you have to do.
Skal vi blokere den?
43 days.
Der er
Okay,
fyldt.
so we've had airway in this morning, road for change are in now.
come over here.
We've got 2 more for you today. Entrepreneurship coming in next,
come over here,
a team from the UK. Due in around 11:30, maybe 11. Last time I checked, it was just before or around midday. But I know that they're speeding up out there. Everybody speeds up when they get closer to land. I can understand why. And then later on this afternoon, local time, we've got offshore from Germany.
Let's write a big hand for the team together here. Now, after photos for Simon and Sax, and then we have another arrival in around 11:30. We have another pairs team coming in, so stay around.
Okay, so offshore from Germany, we will be the next team after entrepreneurship then, and they will be in around 3:30. Keep your eye on our socials. We will keep you updated with
You can go with them loud. Go with them.
Instagram,
Jeg får lige verificeret.
and follow along on YouTube for the live arrival.
Don't tell me where I am.
We will keep all this information coming out to you. If you haven't done so already, you can download the YB Races tracker and you can see all of the boats, the rest of the fleet that's out there still to come in, and you can watch them, track them as they come across the Atlantic. Lots of details within that tracker, leadership board, there's a map. You can find the details of the estimated time of arrival on there as well, the speeds that they're doing, how many miles they've done, nautical miles that they've done in a day. Lots of information on there. For now, thank you for your patience. I know we had a signal dip somewhere in between that. Thank you for your patience. When we do have signal dips, we are live. It does happen. That's the way things go, unfortunately. But we're happy to bring you these lives as best as we can, while we can. In the meantime, we'll see you right here again in about 2 hours. Thank you for watching.
Oh,